What's up, everybody? Sparrowcus here, and welcome back to VampYr. We have returned to the Lady in Red, and I just noticed right now that we haven't really looked around. I mean, we're about to go to the Ascalon Club, or Ascalon Club, and find some more answers, but oh, she's up here. She's up here? Apparently, she's up here. The Blood Knight strategy. Only a few of us remain after the shock of the Great Cunt. I was one of them. Yeah, the Great Cunts. Yes, I was one of them. I remember how the sudden attack of the enemy caught us all by surprise. And I accidentally pressed them. Which paper was it now? No? That's the one. Blood was shed during those few nights. Some of us who survived chose to exile. I don't blame them, but I regret their lack of fortitude. For it is courage we need to protect the interest of the Empire. Courage we need to defend the values we stand for. We may all remember that William Marshall himself never lowered his head. My beloved Maker may be long gone now, but his presence is still among us. We need, or wait a second, we keep a few drops of his sacred blood to remind us what we are and what we seek: honor, purity, and excellence. Now, I had the privilege of speaking with the knight many times, as his progeny and as his friend. He spoke to me of the tears of angels, the holy beverage supposed to appease the indistinguishable hunger we all feel. That he never ceased to search, even without knowing if such artifact exists. I admire his tendency. And it is this tendency, this indefectible belief in something bigger than us, that will make us believe any future great cunt launched by our enemies Ascalon will be rebuilt and be a new ideal or something. I don't know. Is that? Hello, handsome motherfucker. Now, wait a second. You don't mind me stealing from you, right?
Hello again, Jonathan.
Hello again.
To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Sorry to disturb
Well, there's
you
no
again.
pleasure so far,
Could
if you know what I
spare me
mean.
A few minutes.
Of course, my dear. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Always a pleasure.
Concerning your
Pleasure.
investigation.
Pleasure,
Yes.
pleasure.
Are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything, but yes, I am conducting some research of my own.
And how are you doing that if you just stand right around here like an idiot? Exactly, you don't.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days, but the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent, much like her mother.
Wait, you have a daughter?
Do you think we shall ever see better days? Or at least better nights?
I know not, Jonathan. I have seen some horrid days in my long...
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the city for a while. Travel around Europe, you and I.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night. But yes, I would be glad to travel the world with you, my dear.
Will you tell me your story one day, Lady Ashbury?
One of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
Yes,
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
Eternity. Now let's see what else we have around here. Look at this crappery, man. Booty bulls. To the inspiring Lady Ashbury, there's darkness in life, and there's light. And you are one of the lights of all lights. Lighty McLighty lights. Dracula? Seriously? Alright. Somebody signed Dracula for Lady Ashbury. Okay, sure. Why not? Or we should not call her Lady Ashbury anymore. We have to call her Elizabeth, because I don't know how this happened. For some reason, we're now romantically involved. For whatever reason, it's like nothing really pointed towards it. But I'm not going to read this. This is too much. I'm sorry. No. If you want to read this, do it right now. But I won't. Let's get to the other 2 days. Press pause, and now we continue. Charlotte Ashbury. Oh, I guess we have the sister. But wait a second, we can drink up Charlotte's or Elizabeth's daughter and she would be like, happens? Holy moly. Nice. It depends. If Charlotte, if Charlotte accepts us as the new father in her life, then we're not going to kill her. That sounds about right. The tools of a happy family. Yes. And that also looks about right. The tools of a great game to have loading screens that just take for fucking ever. And then almost break the game, I guess. So, I had a weird day. A squirrel came into my house and okay. Let's continue playing the game then. I'll story the tale later. No, I'll talk about the story later. About the squirrel. Squirrel! No, I can't open the door. Like, the fact that I can't open the door right now,
it's locked.
Is really fucking stupid. Just so you know. Just because I have to go over here to witness those Priven bastards to kill one of these Ekan bastards. I don't fucking care. It's also one way to go about the city. Oh, the Shushi train. He's up there. And we're loading again. We just loaded. God fucking damn it. So, about the squirrel. So, it came into my house. Okay. Well, if the game doesn't want to hear the story, then there won't be any story. I'm sorry, Kurt. What the fuck is going on with the loading screen? So, maybe the game does want to know, but no, it doesn't want to know about the squirrel. Fine. So, that's basically where we ended up, or ended up 2 episodes ago, yes. Nothing else over here. Should actually do that more often.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
That's back home, huh? Well, the question is, where's his house? Could this be his house? Coalmans and cunts, okay? Frobishes to cantos. Wait a second. Aha. Well, it does look a lot more fancy around here. With fancy pants and stuff. But how do I get home? An unknown man and... Please, stop. Wrong button. Damn it. That bitch is farting all the time. Stop farting. Ah, for fuck's sake. These are always farting, aren't they? So we have now farters. Farting about all the time. I call these vampires Farty McFartface. I guess this is our old house. The Reeds mansion. Welcome home, Mr. Reed or Dr. Reed. Is someone there? Oh, Mother. Wait, can we eat Mother? I think we can eat Mother. Well, damn. That sounds like a really crazy fucked up porn.
Why not?
Mother.
Mother.
Oh, Mother.
Jonathan! Is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Mary?
Well, she's dead, all right?
She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Yeah, that's not really gonna happen.
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your sister?
Well, because I put her grave cross through her heart, so...
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson? And my son-in-law? You're all gone. But you all still visit me from time to time.
But I'm not dead, Mother. I'm really here, talking to you, trying not to cry.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy. Just look at you, as pale as my Mary.
So it's maybe father and the the son of our sister and so on. Maybe they're also all vampires. Maybe the vampire blood is running in the Reed family.
Mother, do you know what's been going on in this area?
Not really. I don't go out much due to the epidemic, and when I do, I tend to get lost.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope you don't go outside alone.
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble finding the way back.
We actually can kill Mother. Fucking hell. Holy shit. This is probably that the guy who was holding her umbrella during the funeral. He's her whatchamacallit, slave.
Have you returned to Whitechapel Cemetery since Mary's funeral?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once. And you were there too. And Mary? No, that can't be true.
It was just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes. Mary was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery from the station, I don't know what would have happened.
Yes, kind policeman.
Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay with me, Jonathan. Your room is ready. I asked Avery to make your bed.
I'll stay as long as I can, I promise. Do you need anything else?
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you, it breaks my heart
Fine.
to look at those empty and dead eyes.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject and my mind quickly drifts. It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure you'd like her.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name? Is she famous? Is she dead too?
She's not famous, and her name is of no importance. And yes, she is also dead.
The important thing is, I hope you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad to welcome her into my home.
Okay, it's really, really weird. How she's talking like, well,
Goodbye, son.
you're dead, so have fun with the what? Totally weird. Why is there like a door and not over here? Can't go inside. Damn it. Ah, my room. My little boy room. With the skeleton.
I cannot enter.
Huh? Whatever she was doing, that's over now. Shit. Emily Reed.
It's locked, all right.
The door is locked. Well, that's a bit of a shame. Mother. Well, that's actually surprising. I didn't expect for us to get fucking home. The door has been unlocked. Aubrey Reed's first letter. What? 10 years ago. That was 10 years ago. Aubrey?
Jonathan, my dear, bring me my glasses. I feel like reading.
Fuck you, Mom. Anyways, my dear and beloved John, when you receive this letter, you will be 35 and I'll be long gone. I'll feel a little silly writing you this first letter that you won't read for a few years. I struggled for a long time about how best to write you until I remembered the puzzle and riddles I invented for you when you were a boy. Oh, how you love to solve those enigmas. Well, I found it would be a good idea to propose to you one final game. It will probably be less rewarding. No candles or no candies and exotic treasures for you if you decipher the game. This time, or this time, but a greater treasure, perhaps, the truth. This is my only attempt for you to explain why I chose to leave my family without an explanation. If you want to know why, simply play my little game. It's really up to you, my son. Rest assured that I love you. I promised my family was and still what treasures to see you grow up, play with love and blah blah blah, my son and daughter.
I remember Sunday walks in the park.
So, we have a new investigation. Want the second part of your father's testament? That's somewhere over there. Well, I guess we're gonna find the second part of father's testament. Yes, it's a testament. Now, where's that douchebag? Hello, douchebag.
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan? I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed
Oh, you know all
expected
about
you
it.
to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
Well, first, I was in France enjoying the sights and killing German. And then I died, and then I was fucking busy curing this fucking disease as a fucking vampire, you fucking fuck.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reed myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reed is too frail for the moment. Recently, she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
Yes, watch her. If she dies, you
What is the
die.
situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I'm sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course.
Wait a second, was he sick or something? No, he's healthy and stuff. He's healthy and stuff. Let's open this. Let's open that. Let's open this. Let's open that. Let's open this little one. That. An unknown person in the vicinity of my home. Whatever he's doing over there, he should stop and die. Well, it's actually quite bright in here. Look at this. It's getting day again. Holy shit. Pretty feather. Ah, great. Charlotte Ashbury is a lunatic. Equality. God
The
damn it.
Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Yeah, you know what, guys? Actually, we're not going to do this because this might take a bit longer with the Ascalon Club. And I didn't really expect that we're going to end up in our own house, to be honest. So let's talk to a couple of people first, and then
Oh my God,
we'll see how
no.
it goes.
Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
So is she a vampire or not? She doesn't seem like a vampire. Which means, I mean, I guess that's why we can suck her up. Which means either she adopted Charlotte, and that's why she's mother, quote unquote, and daughter, or female vampires can get pregnant and give birth. So maybe vampires do have balls and semen. Interesting.
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
Yes, that bitch.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love
Oh,
my
fuck
mother
them.
and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
So I guess she was adopted. All right.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Everything?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Don't lie to me. You didn't expect or suspect shit.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes. I was.
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Oh no.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman?
Exactly.
Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually,
Pretty much.
yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Well, that's because of sexism. That's basically a good reason, isn't it?
Are you a suffragette then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
Yeah, it's too bad that not more men are vampires. Blood-sucking vampires.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
I'm afraid she might be die.
You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top
I guess we have a
notch.
new
I can tell you
investigation.
where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed.
Of
And
course,
please,
Charlotte.
don't tell my mother.
Everything for family.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Maybe.
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe it's because we seem so alive.
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you.
Well, for one, she's still alive. All the other vampires he met, pretty much dead.
Dr. Reed.
Goodbye,
Alright.
Charlotte.
She's been...
Wait a second. Charlotte, there you go.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
That's bullshit. Everybody would dare to ask us the
Though I
question
often
at,
wonder
what,
if she
25? What is
adopted
it?
others before me. If so, where are they buried? How is it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one's side.
Damn it.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage, just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
I'm intrigued.
Be careful what you wish for, young lady. I could gaze at you right now and then take you to a shady corner and have my way with you. And leave your carcass to the rats.
You wouldn't dare. My mother would know.
Would she
She'd never
now?
forgive you.
How could she suspect me? Do you know how many vampires are lurking in the city tonight as we speak? Vampires with a worse sense of humor than mine.
Oh, my God. For one second, I thought you actually... Excellent, Dr. Reed. Very convincing.
Well, vampires are known for their ability to express emotions.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been...
Right. Who else is talking about bullshit around here?
Please don't let any strangers come into your house.
And that's why you're knocking on the door? Don't let any strangers in the house, so I'm gonna knock on your door to get into your house.
Johnny, don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence.
No.
Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
The horror.
Do you need...
It's a little late for visiting.
It's no problem.
I hope we're talking about the same.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
And which one is that?
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
That bastards!
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
But you are a selfish prick, so... Fuck you, Clarence. Fuck you. How's your hot wife? Yeah. That's probably her.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much
Venus,
time away
really?
from each other. And so many things have happened.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
Yeah, you idiot. Still no hints about this guy? Apparently not. Alright. Fine by me. It's a bit weird. We haven't really found that many people around here in the West End, but well, there might be some people in the park. I don't think so, but there might be a lot of people over here in this building, because that seems like it is surrounded by a fence, so there's probably people in there. Ah, nice music. But you look like somebody who's gonna sell some shit. Calhoun.
It's locked.
It's locked. Oh my god. Alright,
Good
sir.
evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you.
What the fuck is wrong with you,
I never
man?
judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
You got the banana?
Goodbye,
Banana,
Mr.
oh banana. God damn it. Wants to trade.
I may have a look.
That's the stuff we want. Do we have white phosphorus? No, we don't. God, stupid, damn it. Well, senor.
Good evening.
Good evening, Calhoun.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
Alright, we talked to a blind man last episode, but this guy...
Are you that blind? I've seen hundreds of victims piled up in this city each week.
Mr. Reed, please. Why are you so angry? I did not mean anything by it.
Oh, fucking hell.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Thank you. But I do have specific tastes.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Well, where do you live?
Finding a good restaurant. Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth, my belly.
That was a bit creepy.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
Yeah, most fascinating, but do you meet the ones that pay the most? I don't think so.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Je ne sais quoi? What the
But what
fuck
about
are you
the
talking
epidemic?
about, man?
The bombs and raids, and all the random violence.
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
Well, have fun with that, I guess.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Oh, I'm so lonely. Lonely. Why not me?
London's lone
I'm sorry.
gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Wow, well, that's really interesting.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
Alright, so he's on ecstasy right now, I guess.
Goodbye.
Crazy fucker. So, Charlotte Ashbury. I don't know. Okay, guys. It's been a real surprise to actually get to our own home. I hope you liked this episode and that you press that like button down below. That would be really great. If you like this episode, of course. If not, well, tell me what's wrong with it. I would like to find out. Always a pleasure to get critique, good or bad. And I also hope to see you in the next episode where we're going to enter this Escalon circle. But you know what? I wanted to make a picture of our house. Is that our house? Yeah, that's our house. That is our house. So I have my thumbnail. Thanks for watching. See you next episode. Bye.